Official.
What I was thinking about this question at my office, earlier this afternoon. What? Because I bought like one of the seasons of Def Poetry Jam on DVD, and to this day, like I watch it while I'm painting, and I'm just like, it's never any less inspiring. But like, I often wonder how my taste would be if I didn't have Def Poetry Jam to like measure things against, or a magazine to read and be like, oh, I like this and that. But like, all that said. Why do you think it's so important to have some kind of outlet that people can watch every week on HBO and see the other people do art too?
People need inspiration. People need inspiration. People also need to see people like them, young people, doing something other than going. I mean, if you're a creative person and you see somebody else succeed in a creative field, it gives you the strength to say, I can do that too. I mean, just like, white boy grows up, sees dad as a lawyer, he can say, I can do that too. Black boy grows up, sees guy on their poetry, he says, I can be a poet, and he goes home and starts writing ciphers. Or whatever it is. People emulate things. They emulate, and everybody wants to be successful, so people emulate success. So the more success that we see in the creative field, then we will have more creative people going in that direction. People gravitate towards success, and people gravitate towards a number of things, but they want their lives to look a certain way. They want to be successful, they want to be admired, they want to have money, they want to feel safe, they want to feel secure. And so the role models you see are the way you can understand how to get from point A to point B. So when you see Def Poetry, you say, damn, my man's up on HBO on the TV, he's spitting poetry. I can do that. Or my man over here is painting a picture, he's getting $25,000, $50,000 painting. Why can't I do that? Same thing with the kid up, during the 70s, say that boy Nicky Barnes is selling a bunch of dope. Why can't I do that? You know what I'm saying? So it's what's put before you. And so we have to put the type of images before us that we want to see our people become. And so, it's important that you put out positive images both in the creative fields, but in any field. They need to see people who have made it doing what they do. And so things like this, talking to me, talking to my boy Eric Edwards, talking to all these other artists who have somewhat made it or done something unique, will inspire them to do something unique and powerful also.
Yeah. Why do you think it just feel, I could be wrong, but I don't know that there's anything on television like a Def Poetry Jam, or even like a Def Comedy Jam, because even as funny as Def Comedy Jam was, it was still inspirational. You know what I mean? Like, Mike Epps is an ex-felon, and now he's, gonna play, Richard Pryor.
Yeah, I mean, there's some shows, and I think there are a couple of shows, all these shows now, let me put it this way, all these shows now have negative imaging in them. Scandal, all that stuff, all that stuff has stuff in it that you don't necessarily want to become. But it's a TV show. No, there's no Def Poetry right now. And there's very few, what's that other show, Empire? So this is why it's important for us to do things like this. But TV shows and all that stuff, that's dead. 5-10 years. The web, things like Netflix, we'll create our own content. And that's what's important. Independent films, there are a lot of independent filmmakers who are making positive films that don't get distribution. We need to support those sort of efforts. So, if you want to see positive efforts out there, stop turning on Channel 7 or Channel 11 and go look on the web and see somebody's documentary or somebody's this, that, and the other. Or go to independent film festivals or go here and there. Buy the DVD, take it home, play it for your family. All of that stuff is important. They are not going to validate who we need to be. It's just plain and simple. We were lucky to get that on, but the chances of maybe getting another film TV show as positive as Def Poetry, they be few and far between. They want to see somebody, samboing and jiggabooing. So, and they think that's fine. And that's fine. That's entertainment. And sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's not. But to uplift for the struggle that we are in, for the fight that we are involved in, we need to create the images we need to see our community become. They are not going to do it for us, and we need to get it out there. And you have the perfect tool, the web. And so, where we have to become more savvy is marketing. And so, we have to be able to figure out how to market our stuff so it reaches a larger amount of people. See, most of the stuff that's out there now is reaching people who are looking for it, which means they're already conscious. We need to reach the ones that are not conscious. Me talking to you makes very little fucking sense. Because you already know, in some way, shape, or form, where I'm going with this. You're going to say yeah, and I'm going to say yeah, and we're going to talk to each other. But we are not getting that kid up in town who ain't got what we got, who ain't got the tools we got, who don't have nothing. It doesn't get to them. It gets between me and you, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so the conscious teach the conscious, and we're slapping each other on the back. We need to be part of the community. And we need to be part of the community. I'm not talking about Fort Greene, Clinton Hill, where all the people walking around look hip and this, that, and the other. I'm talking about take that shit to Brownsville. Take that shit to East New York. Where the people ain't getting this sort of stuff. Where the young people are not getting the message.